Well, it's sort of the latest iteration of this long-standing battle between people who support evolution and the scientific theory of evolution, and those who do not. People who are creationists or people who support intelligent design. And supporters of the intelligent design movement have gotten support from the Republican-backed legislature, and the Republican governor said he's probably going to sign the bill, which would allow teachers in the classrooms in schools across Tennessee to discuss weaknesses in evolution, the theory of evolution and global warming and other theories.
And Cameron, if this bill is, in fact, if the governor in fact signs a bill, as he appears likely to do, is this something that's going to end up in court ultimately? Are judges going to be adjudicating this? Or once the bill is signed, does that give a free pass to teachers to begin, if they want, to teach creationism?
That is a great question, and I think the answer is I talked to the ACLU yesterday. They plan to litigate if there's any examples of teachers doing exactly that. And if any of you have ever seen the movie Inherit the Wind, this is obviously echoes the famous Scopes monkey trial, which took place in Tennessee in 1925, although it would be sort of a weird reversal of that, where you'd have teachers defending the right to question evolution, as opposed to 1925 when they weren't allowed, it was against the law to teach it.
And Cam, I'm curious to know how this got to the point where the law is legislating this. I mean, has there been a lot of discussion within the curriculum and at the school level of whether or not this could be taught, discussions of whether or not these creationism and intelligent design should be taught in the classroom? I mean, there's supporters and detractors on either side, and I'm just curious as to how it got up to the fact that a law is now being introduced.
Well, yeah, these issues are percolate in classrooms across the country. And there's an organization called the Discovery Institute based in Seattle, Washington, which has created a template legislation which they're pushing in various states. So something similar to this has been passed in Louisiana, and so they're now starting to try to push this in other states. And these sorts of issues are erupting all over. Parents and teachers squabbling about what is being taught and to whom.
And Cameron, we're not just talking about the issue of creationism. There's also questions about things like global warming. Is this an expansive bill, or, is it relatively narrowly focused, and really we're going to end up just battling over whether or not we can teach intelligent design at a classroom level?
It's pretty expansive. The wording says, not limited to these various controversial issues. Of course, scientists who support the theory of evolution say that this isn't that the theory isn't controversial at all, and are they think that this is a way to sort of, with a Trojan horse, to sort of inject religion into the classroom, which they think is unconstitutional. So I think we are very definitely heading to court if this law is signed, which it looks like it's going to be.
And Cam, I'm just curious, you were talking about the supporters of this bill, the opponents of it, science organizations, teachers groups, ACLU. Tell us how they're shaping up their arguments for not introducing this law and the changes into the curriculum.
They feel that it will just invite people to question evolution and other theories, global warming, etc. And that at a time when Tennessee and other states are struggling to compete globally and create a workforce that is very knowledgeable regarding the latest in modern science, that to be throwing in issues of creationism and intelligent design, which they feel is unsupported by the current evidence, is just to invite disaster when you're trying to improve education in the state of Tennessee.